This Monday Night Raw was a letdown. It was mostly filler. There was probably the only thing that I enjoyed from this show was Braun Breaker and Adam Pearce. That segment, that's the only good part of this show. Braun Breaker being suspended and the story that they're trying to tell between the both of them. Honestly, set up the match. Adam Pearce versus Braun Breaker. I wouldn't mind seeing that, okay? But other than that, nothing of substance really happened, right? Finn Balor is going to face CM Punk next week in Ireland, and come on. Finn Balor is not going to beat CM Punk, so it's just a filler feud, right? They're doing this because they just need someone to be in Ireland to kind of have, you know, the crowd's heart, I guess. And I'm tired of Monday Night Raw just constantly being filler. Like, why can't they actually give us good shows consistently? You look at SmackDown, the last two shows have been way better than the last two Monday Night Raws. And that's probably too good to be true, right? Because probably the next 3 weeks is going to be a bunch of filler. Drew McIntyre's probably not going to show up on the next SmackDown. But, you know, hopefully he will, right? But look at Monday Night Raw. Like, we have the champion there, CM Punk. They give us Finn Balor, who we know. And this is out of nowhere. What did Finn Balor do to deserve a title shot? Okay? Now, you can't answer it because he didn't really do anything. He was playing in the back, playing 2K. That's literally what he was playing. WWE 2K, and then he walks out on the champion. And he gets a title match. Is that how it works now? I guess that's how it works. Now let's review the show. We start off with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky basically celebrating, we are the new champions. Then Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez come out. And Liv Morgan's like, haven't seen you in a while. Basically saying they're up next as a tag team, okay? Then we got Bayley and Laura Valkyria. And guys, Bayley just cringes me out. I'm sorry. She comes out and she's like, oh, what? I can't hear you. All the people chanting my name. And then people are chanting her name. Honestly, at that point, I would just boo her. But yeah, just very cringy. She basically says the same thing. Now they're all in the ring, and then the Kabuki Warriors comes out and basically jumps them. Little brawl happens. And then that leads up into their match later in the show, which is for the #1 contender. We then get Javon Evans versus Bravo Americano. This is basically the same thing we've seen last week on Monday Night Raw. He faced the other lackey. I forgot his name. But I guess this is leading up into Los Americanos. So I guess we can get excited about that. I don't know why they wouldn't just have him face Los Americanos and then have these other two guys jump him. And then the feud feels more natural. Then Javon Evans can have a promo saying, oh, these guys jumped me, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Like, there's no character work. I wish there was more character work, but, you know, showing Javon Evans and the Los Americanos and his crew. Because honestly, the Los Americanos crew, they're just there. They're really just there. I don't know what they're, like, what are their goals? We don't know. Right? They're not going for the tag team championships. They're not really doing much. Los Americanos, I mean, maybe they're in the AAA division, right? The Mexican League. Maybe that's where they've been. I don't watch it, so I don't know. But I guess that's where they've been because they really just feel empty at this point. We then get a promo between Raquel Rodriguez, and basically she comes out and has a little interview with Michael Cole saying, you know, explaining why she beat up Stephanie Vaquer and saying she will become the next women's world champion. And honestly, I wouldn't mind that. She's very believable. She's strong. She's tall, good in the ring, has a pretty good character. Honestly, sometimes I forget who the women champions are, right? It's Jade Cargill and Stephanie Vaquer. But they don't really do much, right? I think Stephanie Vaquer at least has some title defenses. Jade Cargill just doesn't really do anything, okay? Stephanie Vaquer doesn't do much either. She's in a boot. I guess that's, you know, she's on crutches and stuff now, so I guess that's cool. But yeah, Stephanie Vaquer walks out, but was blindsided by a Raquel Rodriguez attack. And there was a crutch shot, so hitting her with the crutch and stuff. Yeah, I mean, decent segment, right? I'm a fan of Raquel Rodriguez. I hope she becomes champion someday or sometime soon, because we need some change in the women's division, right? We can't just have these two women champions that they don't elevate the title at all. They don't really, and the title's not elevating them, so might as well change it. We then get a tag team match between Penta and Dragon Lee versus The Vision, and I don't know, for me this just feels like a random, and I know there's a feud, right? Rey Mysterio, Penta, they talked about The Vision being a problem, but it doesn't really feel like a feud, like a rivalry. It doesn't feel like that because they don't really have any promos between each other. There's not much backstage segment between these two factions, so it doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel like an actual feud. And this match ended in disqualification, right? Braun Breaker comes out, spears everyone basically. He launched a chaotic attack. Then Adam Pearce comes out. Oh, and by the way, beginning of this episode, Adam Pearce basically talked to Paul Heyman and was like, yo, no funny business with Braun Breaker, right? I don't want him interfering. I don't want him doing anything, basically. But of course, I don't know if Paul Heyman told him anything, but he comes out and just beats up everyone. So Adam Pearce comes out and he grabs him. He's trying to hold him back, and Braun Breaker just corners Adam Pearce in the corner and basically, like, you know, yells at his face. And people have to pull Braun Breaker back. They go in the backstage, and Adam Pearce basically says, "You're suspended." And honestly, this was the best part of the show. So we'll see where this heads to. I don't know, you know, what's their plan going into the future. Are they going to have Adam Pearce? Probably they're not going to have Adam Pearce fight, but, you know, you never know. So I'm excited to see what happens from this little segment. Now, we get into a Jey Uso and Alpha Academy backstage segment. He was approached by the Alpha Academy about a potential tag title opportunity. Uso acknowledged it and basically said, "Yeah, sure, man." Okay, I want to talk about Jey Uso coming out into the ring, by the way, or coming out into the stands. He basically says the same thing they said last week. "We're the best tag team in the world, Us." Same stuff. I don't even know why they had Jey Uso come out. They had Jey Uso come out basically saying the same thing he said last week. No one wants to hear that. You're not good on the mic, so there's no point of you even coming out and just saying a bunch of nonsense. I can't even recap what he said because he just said generic stuff. "We're the best tag team, Us." I can't. I'm sorry. I don't even like. It's actually laughable. It's very funny. He should not. I don't know how he got this job, man. Maybe because he's, you know, part of the Samoan family or whatever, part of the bloodline. But dang, man, his mic skills are just very, very bad. We then get into the main event. Oh, actually, before we get into that, there were some video packages of Obafemi. They needed to show what this Obafemi packages, man. They show this like for the last like 5 weeks. We've been seeing Obafemi on this short little package. Can he at least show up on the show or something? Monday Night Raw needs an Obafemi because this show is just boring. We need something new. Now we get into the main event. Gunther versus AJ Styles. It was a, you know, decent match. It wasn't great. AJ Styles had a little sort of a botch, kind of a mishap when he was on top of the ropes. AJ Styles put him in a submission lock, and for some reason he thought Gunther tapped out. Honestly, from when I was watching it, I didn't really see Gunther tap out. I didn't even get that idea, so I don't know why he kind of went up and was like, he tapped out. But that happened, and the referee turned his back and was like, no, the match is still going on. AJ Styles went back to Gunther, and Gunther low blowed him and you know, hit his finishing moves. So, but that's basically how Gunther won. And they're making Gunther not look as strong as he did against John Cena, right? He's the guy who made John Cena tap out, and now he's winning off of low blows and stuff like that. I understand he's a dirty heel, but he just doesn't feel, I don't know, is it just me? Gunther doesn't feel special at all. Like, I don't know, it might just be me, but he really does not feel special, especially after beating a John Cena, right? Someone who beats a John Cena should automatically feel special, feel this. Maybe the first week, right, he had a lot of boos, a lot of anger, but now it's just like, what stories is he really in? Is it AJ Styles? Is that really what he's doing right now? Oh, I'm going to teach you respect. Okay. That's the most generic story in wrestling, right? We hear that all the time. Oh, I'm going to teach you respect. You have to respect me. I respect you. Like, no, I'm tired of that. Respect, who cares? It's wrestling, man. Please, man. Every story just feels so generic on Monday Night Raw, except for the Braun Breaker and Adam Pearce. I like that. And, you know, Adam Pearce was getting hype with Braun Breaker. I like that. But that's the only thing, right? And that's only like, what, 10 minutes? Or not even, probably 5 minutes from a 2-hour, 3-hour show. That's a problem. If only 5 minutes of a 3-hour show is worth watching, the whole show in general is trash. So they need to step up. They need to have more effort. But honestly, people still buy tickets. There's people who are going to watch this show no matter what. There's people who are going to root for the show and say, oh, what a great show, even when it sucks. So the people who are actually keeping them accountable, they're not going to listen to them because they have people, the meat riders, people who are going to support no matter what. Even if it's a trash show, they're still going to watch and say, what a great show. Wow, this is so cool. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to hold this show accountable. And there's many others. Hopefully there's more coming soon because we need this show to be good, man. WWE is going to die in about 5 years if this is the path that they're choosing. Right? The tickets are going up. The prices are going up. Less people are going to these shows, but they're still making money because of how expensive the tickets are. Right? It's a business at the end of the day. And yes, I understand that. But you also have to have a good product. And that's going to be it for this video. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.